Okay, what's up, guys? We're going to speed run a Power BI project, a data analysis project. If you don't know anything about data analysis, this video is for you. You'll be able to, at the end of it, you'll have your own dashboard built out, and it's only going to take 30 minutes to an hour tops. But I want to see let's see what we can do in 30 minutes and see if we can get it done. If so, what I already have pulled up here, let's just jump into it, is the data analysis process. And you don't have to know anything about the data analysis process. All you have to know is how to type into Google data analysis process. Boom. And now you know the whole entire process. Objectives and questions, data collection, data cleaning, blah, 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 blah. You don't need to know any of this. All we want to do right now is put it into a Word doc, and that's exactly what I did. So we're going to go through it. You're going to collect your data. We're going to use Kaggle for this. What does Kaggle do? It gets us our data. That's all you need to know. Then we're going to use Power BI to do steps 2 through 8. Data cleaning, exploring the data, trans, um, transforming it if something is wrong in the data, value is wrong, we need to change it. We're going to do that in Power BI today, right now. Model building, we're not going to, oh, we're going to be using one table. Actually, we're going to be using two, so we are going to be building a model. So that is really, really cool. We're going to learn how to build a model today. What's a model? Don't worry about it. We're not there yet. So then model evaluation. This is not applicable. This is talking about forecasts. We're not worried about forecast. Boom, we're going to delete this step. We don't even care anymore. Boom, we just got rid of it. And then we're going to interpret and visualize the data. So we're going to create graphs, line graphs, bar graphs, pie charts, you name it, in Power BI. And then we're going to deploy it. We probably won't deploy it, but we'll go through that process. So we'll at least talk about it. So let's just jump in. So what we're going to have to do is get our data set. Step one. How do we do this? We're going to Kaggle. Boom, Kaggle. And we don't even want the main, we want the main page. Boom. Okay, what do we want? Competitions? No. Data sets? Yes. All right, let's go in. What do we want a data set on? Let's see what they can give us here. And this is my first time looking at it. I don't have a data set prepared, so we're going to kind of just take a look together. This is kind of interesting. Online sales data set. Let's look for maybe a couple more. School tuition. That could be interesting as well. Um, Adult income data set. That could be interesting. But it's not all about money. Let's keep moving on. Let's try a few more. Netflix movies and TV shows. That's cool. Is there anything on like music? Music. Let's see this. Music data set. Yeah, don't love that. Music genre. Most streamed Spotify songs. Okay, this is cool. Is this person's or is this data set is comprised of the most famous songs? Okay, so cool. Let's use this. So this is going to be just Spotify songs. So let's download the data set. I think I'm gonna have to sign in. Hopefully my okay, great, my name just showed up. Let's move past that. So you have to create an account. We're gonna download the data set. It's a zip file. Let's go to where it would be in our file explorer. Okay. And then I want to put it in my data blender. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So there it is. So we can leave that in there for now. Hopefully I'll be able to just pull it out in Power BI. So after you download Power BI, which you should go do that now, pause this video, come back, pause. Okay, we're going again. And you have the Power BI opening up. So we're going to let that open up. And while it's opening up, we're going to go back and look at our process. We're always going to refer back to our process. We want to know what steps do we need to take to get from A to B the fastest and deliver trustworthy insights. So, data collection, gather relevant data from sources, ensuring data quality and integrity. So, we did that, right? We didn't ensure the data quality and integrity, but we're going to do that in the EDA phase. You might want to do it before EDA, but for this purpose, we're going to trust that the data is good, and we're going to put it right into the next step. So we got the data set, we collected the data set, and now we need to clean the data set. And in order to do this, where do we need to go? We need to go into Power BI. So we're going to do that. So let's close this up. We're going to click this new report up here. Okay, cool. And we're going to need to upload the data file. So you'll need to know the extension of how your data is coming. So data blender. Okay, so we see here, it is this archive. So it's in a CSV file. I want to take it out of the CSV file. Can I like unzip it? Compress to zip, extract. Cool. Okay, let's see if that worked. Okay, I think it worked. Archive 13, and then here it is. So it's in a CSV file. We're ready to go now. We're ready to use it. So close that up. We know it's a CSV, so we're going to get data, text CSV. Okay, archive, we're going to go to where our data is located. We're going to press Spotify 2023, and we're going to open up the data. And this is where we're going to start cleaning the data, exploring the data, transforming the data. Really easy. So transform data, there it is. We're going to click on transform data. Okay, open it up. Spotify 2023. You're going to see all our data is pulling right here, right? So track name, artist name, and we're in the data exploration process now. So we're going to look at what our data looks like here. So we see we have all these columns of different data, like an Excel spreadsheet. And we have what is the track name, right? So you got La Bebe, Flowers, Daylight, Kill Bill. You have the artist name, Bad Bunny, Peso Pluma, Taylor Swift. Then you have the artist count. So that, don't really know what that is, but the great thing is with the data, it should tell you what it is. And look, exactly. So if we go back to Kaggle, we now have the key features of the data. So the count, what was it called? The artist count. Probably is how many songs they have on it. Number of artists contributing to the song. So there's a couple artists on the song, and you could see that here. Dave and Central C, 2 artists on Sprinter. Then we're going to have the released year, released month, released day, in how many Spotify playlists is the song in, how many charts is the Spotify in. If you're not familiar with Spotify, maybe for Taylor Swift, it's country, 2000s music, and love songs. So it'd be in 3, what do they call it? Spotify charts. streams, how many streams there were. So you could see, I mean, this is insane. There's hundreds of millions of streams on these songs, maybe even billions for some of them. Like this Miley Cyrus song has 1.3 billion streams. That's insane. In Apple, oh, sorry about that. In Apple playlists, so they're not even just tracking Spotify playlists, but oh, we get Apple stuff. Deezer, Shazam. So they're giving us data on all of this stuff. What key it was in, the beats per minute. This is crazy. So I guess you could see like what are the higher tempo ones, what are the lower tempo songs. This one's interesting. Okay, so cool. So let's explore some of this data a little bit more now. So how can we do this? Well, we're going to go here into the View tab, and we're going to make sure column distribution is checked off, column profile, and column quality. And once we have that, we could click on track name, and we're going to get statistics about our tracks. So what's interesting here is the track name, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow appears twice. So it's probably two different artists singing it. But most songs are going to have probably one listing, one version of the song. Like Flowers has two versions. That's interesting. I guess there could be two songs called Flowers. That is what's happening. I don't know if it's the same song, different version of the song, or just completely different song. So another thing, if we want to go here, it looks like we don't have 1,000 rows, but if you did, you would want to base it on the entire data set. So it looks like we have 953 rows in our data set. And I wouldn't worry too much about this. Jumping over here, right, we're learning a little bit about our data. Okay, jumping to the artists. Taylor Swift has a lot of songs, 34 songs, big surprise. Then The Weeknd, SZA, Bad Bunny, Harry Styles, Kendrick. Okay, let's keep going. Most songs have one person on them, but some have seven. So let's take a break really quick and look. Actually, we're getting out of here. Let's go back into this. This is fun. So some have seven artists on the song. That's crazy. Released year, anyway, from 2023 back to here's 63. It's not really sorting by date for whatever reason. I wish it was doing it by the date, but that's fine. It's doing it by how many. You see, most of the songs, the popular songs, were within 2020. In the past few years, they're not older songs, which makes sense. Those have the most streams. Let's skip release month, release day, but we'll maybe come back to that. And then in Spotify playlists, let's look. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Let's see who has the most streams. Oh, okay. So this is good. And this helps with the exploratory data analysis. So you could see here that there's an error in one of the records. So we could scroll through this and kind of look for the error. Or I wonder if we could find. Oh, man. I wonder where it is. Okay, let's keep going through it. I want to find this error. See, if there was a lot of rows, we couldn't do this because it would take too long. Oh, there it is. Okay, what's the deal? Oh, it looks like one of the rows got pulled wrong. I wonder what that's going to mean for Because it's only one row, I'm going to remove it. Okay. You might not want to handle that, but like that, we're going to skip through all of this stuff for now. We'll do more exploration on that later. Let's go to the keys. So it looks like a lot of the key of the song is C sharp, G, G sharp. I don't know too much about music, but you guys maybe know, um, are more familiar with that. So a lot of them are in majors, like B major, I guess. Danceability, that's funny. What's like the highest danceability score? 95 danceability. Let's see if we could see what the results are for those. Until I found you, until I found you. All I want for Christmas is a 95 danceability rating. I guess when it goes dun, 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 boom, you know. Okay, Valence? I don't know what that is. Energy. Someone got a 91 energy rating. I'm interested to see what that is. And this is just kind of data exploration, a little bit at least. Baby, don't hurt me no more. Smells like Teen Spirit. I forgot how to sing that one. Those are all the ones I see here that I know. Okay. So we're just getting rid of the filters. We're applying a filter, then getting rid of it. You could get rid of anything you want to do through this bar over here. Just press the X. It removes what we just did in the previous step or in steps before. All of it will be recorded here on the right side. The acousticness, the instrumentalness, the liveness, the speechiness. I want to go one more thing, just for the heck of it. I want to see what was like the oldest song that made it into the most streams. A 75 song. And we'll do this. Let's sort it. Yeah, this is probably a better way to do it. 1930. Agudo Migi. This is very interesting that this was released then and it became so popular. Like White Christmas makes sense. Let It Snow. It's interesting. All the old songs, look, they're all Christmas songs. Look at them, all of them. See, these are the insights we're uncovering. Who would have thought that the the old songs would have been on the top, the Christmas songs? Look at them. White Christmas, Christmas songs, Let It Snow, Holly Jolly Christmas, Jingle Bell Rock, Jingle Bells, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Run, Rudolph, Run. Deck the Hall, Let It Snow, Sleigh Ride. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Christmas, Baby Please Come Home. That was the 14 songs. That's crazy. So that was really cool to see. Okay. So so let's jump back to the process now. And data cleaning, identify and rectify errors. We did that. Missing values, inconsistencies, we didn't really see any of that. Doesn't mean it's not there. And then exploratory data. That's what we were doing right here, right? Conduct analysis to understand the characteristic, distributions, and relationships. Another thing you could do is like release year, go over here. What was the maximum release year? It was in 2023, the minimum 1930. How many even numbers there are and how many odd? That's a new feature. I haven't seen that before. The amount of rows, we went over that. Like what if we went to like released month? You could see like the average or the standard deviation. So this is really good to like get to know your data. What was the average number of streams in our data set? It was about, it's cutting it off. That's so annoying. 5 million? 514 million. That's the average. That's crazy. The maximum, 3.7 billion. Let's see what that was. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, because it's sorting by release here and then streams. Let's take out release here. Okay, what song is this? Blinding Lights, The Weekend. Wow. Okay, cool. So we did that. So what's the next step? Right? Because we're 20 minutes in. We have 10 minutes to do this thing. We have to transform the data, model the data, interpret the data, and deploy it. Okay, so we're almost done with data transformation. One thing I did want to do was create this date table. Um, Actually, we don't have time for a date table. Actually, yeah, let's do a date table because I feel like it's important. But I want to merge these columns and I want to separate them. Let's call it release date. So we're creating a column and it's going to be our date. And what is this called? A slash. Okay. So look, we created our date. So let's transform this to a date 11/29, 1/6, 11/8. Okay, perfect. So now we have our date of release and we're going to create a date table actually. And how are we going to get this date table? This is all we're going to do. Date table, Power BI. Then we're going to see, create date tables. And can you do like calendar auto? Calendar auto. Okay, so what I think we're going to do is just go ahead and load this in. It's going to load in our data here. Perfect. Then we're going to go into new table. Where is that? I know you're here somewhere. Okay. Doesn't want to reveal itself. Here it is. New table. And then we're just going to use the DAX. I think you could just do this. Calendar auto. Start date. What was it? 19. When was the first date? I think it was like 1930. So it's like 1930. You probably have to put that in parentheses. And then we probably want 12/31, 2023. And we're going to call this the date dimension. Okay. Cool. So now we have a simple date table. God, I didn't want this though. Calendar auto. Okay, maybe that's why. That's all it's going to give me. It's kind of lame. All right, we're getting our own date table. How about that? There's a good one. I know it's here somewhere. Enterprise? I think it's this one. No, it's not. We're getting out of here. It's this one. Radicad. Radicad. And it's going to give us M code. Where are you, M code? Is it not here either? Did I get bamboozled again? I think you're here somewhere. Okay, let's get out of here. Where is it? Sorry about this. Here it is, Enterprise DNA. Okay, we're gonna copy this. Oh, and I'm gonna put this link for you in the comments. So, Merry Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Okay, so we got the date table. So we need to go back into our transform data. We're going to do new source. I promise, guys, not too much longer. We are building. We are building. Going into advanced editor. And you don't need to do this, but you're going to see the great options we get from doing it. So I would recommend it. 1/1/19. Let's see when that first date was. 1930. Okay. That's what I thought. 1/1/1930 till 12/31/2023. Don't worry about this other stuff. Let's invoke it. Let's call it the date dimension. It's already used. Okay. Gotcha. All right, I'm switching it. We're going to call it date dim. Okay, we're going to let this load. We're at 27 minutes. All right, we're not going to let it load. We're going right in. We're going to trust that we did it right. All right, let's pause it while this loads in. Okay, guys, everything loaded in. So the first thing I want to do is just delete this date table. We're not using it. We're going to use this other one, and you can see how great it is. The only thing I want to do right now is a couple things. I want to transform this to a short date so that it matches the date in the other table. And I want to change my month and year sort. Actually, let's not do that yet. Let's go into the data model. And we're about to build a data model. So get ready. Get your notepad out. So what we're going to do is go look for the date in our fact table. This is our fact table. It contains our facts. Here it is. Click it. Drag it to the date over here. And just like that, bam, you created a data model. Look at that. You created a data model with a one-to-many relationship. That's awesome. What is this going to do? It's going to make Power BI a little bit more efficient, and it's going to have some other benefits once you start creating more complex things with multiple tables. We're not even going to worry about that right now because to do this, we don't need to concern ourselves with that. So let's jump back to our form at this point and see what we've done so far and what we still need to do. Data collection, check. And you could even highlight this. Check, we did it. Data cleaning, check, we did it. Exploratory data analysis, check, we did it. Data transformation, remember we changed that date, those columns into a date column in the fact table? You did it. Model building, you just did it. Look at that. We already did 5 of the 7 steps. So the only other step right now is interpretation and visualization. So this is going to be building our graphs. So this is the fun part. And we're just at 30 minutes. So we hold on 10 more minutes, boom, we have a dashboard. And first thing we're going to do here is we're going to start at the top left. That's what I always do, at least. And we're probably going to call this, or just like music streaming analysis. How about we do that? Boom, 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 boom. Music streaming analysis. So what was one thing we wanted to see? Well, maybe we want to see the amount of songs by year, right? By release year. So what we can do is go here. Let's create we're going to click over here, create a bar chart. Boom, we're going to go here, go into our fact table. Actually, I'm sorry, we're going to go into our date table, and we're going to say by year, put that in our x-axis. When were the most films released? So we could just do a count on the, there's a key column. Let's see about that. Oh no, that's the key it's in. That's funny. Not a data key column, which is different. Let's count the track names. So all we're going to do is drag it in. It's going to do count. If it did, or you could do count distinct, but we want count. And you could even maximize it for a second. And this is basically what we're looking at, but you could see a lot of the top songs were actually from 2022 instead of 2023, which is interesting and doesn't really sound right. I wonder why that is. I wonder when this data was scraped, if 2023 got to play out fully. Okay, so there's something we learned. So what else do we want to learn about the data? How about like the top artists, right? That might be super cool. So maybe what we do is a cluster bar facing the other way. Let's drag it over here. And let's do artist name on the y-axis. And then let's count, just do a count of their songs. Track, count of their songs. Right now we see Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, right? And you can now even click Taylor Swift. And hold on, I want to edit my interaction. Boom, let's filter instead. So now you can see Taylor Swift, when her songs are from, 2010, 2012, 2014, The Weeknd songs, Bad Bunny songs. And something I've really liked to do is like, if we're going to call this just like the overview page, I like to build a tooltip. And this is kind of an advanced feature, but I think it's really nice and I've been using it lately. So if we go here, allow use as tooltip, and maybe what we do is we build a table, and let's just say song name, track name, and maybe like release date, right? This is where it gets cool. Maybe we make the text a little bit bigger, smaller. Okay. Let's drag it. Perfect. Release here, we want to shorten that. Release date, right? Remember the short date? We want to put it into short date. So now it's going to at least match. Perfect. We can kind of widen that up. So what are we going to do here? What we're going to do is go into here, click on our chart here, go into here, turn on tooltip page, and now when we go, you can see what the songs are. So let's say you clicked on Taylor Swift. Now you can hover in 2022. I guess these are her new songs. I don't know. Let's go back to 2010. Enchanted, Lover, Blank Space, Shake It Off. These seem like, I guess they are the tracks. I'm surprised that other song isn't on there about Marry Me Juliet. But I guess these are her songs. Let's see. Ed Sheeran. What did he release? Curtains, Eyes Closed. All right. This seems like, yeah. So that's what's working. So you could rename all these things like count of track name by year, but it usually does a pretty good job. But you could do all that stuff controlling through these tabs over here. So what's something else we might want to know here? What about like if we wanted to look at a specific song now, right? Like, okay, Taylor Swift, 2022, okay. Maybe we see the songs here, but we want to learn more about them. So maybe what we'll do is we'll even here, and this might be a little unnecessary, but let's try it out. So like track name, and then like the liveness, the speechness, the danceability, right? The energy, that's what we want, the acousticness. And are these in percents? Yeah. So what we're going to want to do, we're going to create a measure. We're going to right click, new measure. And all we're going to do is, oh man, we're going to have to create it for all these. Acoustics percentage. And we're going to take the average acousticness times 0.01. Because they're whole numbers, we need to transform them into decimals. And we might have been able to do that in transformation, but now we're going to pay for it, and we're going to have to do it here. So we won't do all of them. Let's do a few, though. Let's get that out of here, that, and that. So let's use these three. So you could see now, acoustic percentage, instead of 12, it's going to be 12%. And we're going to see like the average of her songs is 38% acoustic. So let's do that for the two other measures. Right click, new measure. "38 minutes, people. We're almost done here. Thanks for hanging in." Transform that. Okay, one more. What did we want? What was the last one? Acousticness? No, we did that. Danceability. Okay. Okay, let's drag these in. Energy. You would think energy and danceability is basically the same, right? Look, these are different. These are different. Some of them are similar, some of them are different. Um, okay, let's get rid of the non. So now we know kind of how her songs are laid out. So you can click on like The Weekend in 2021, Take My Breath as a 1.5% acoustic. It's mostly like danceability, energy, and that's probably a lot of The Weekend songs, right? Probably low. Here, Tale by Quincy isn't. Oh, because that's not his song. Something got messed up there. And all we're doing is control clicking to have two selections being made. And I want actually like this. Change that. This way it doesn't highlight, it filters. So blank space, cool, right? This is pretty cool so far. We're learning a lot about the songs, the artists, and let's try to find one thing that more. Oh, top streams. So this is actually really cool. Let's do a little change up here. Let's move this here. Um, count of tracks when they were released. Yeah, let's do this. Let's move. Uh, I don't know, but I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But what I want to do is something like this, where we go into the song name, right? But we do stream count. So like track name and then streams. And we could see like the top streams. I think that's pretty cool. So for like Taylor Swift, now we can see, hold on, we got to edit the interaction. Boom. And if you don't know what the edit interaction is, go up to here, press that, and then click on it, and you'll see like these things. We don't want it to highlight, we want it to filter. So we could see like her top stream was Blank Space, then Shake It Off, Anti-Hero. In 2022, we gotta make that also filter. So let's do that. In 2022, these were her top streams. Anti-Hero took over. And this is data exploration. So look at what we just did, right? And maybe we even do this. Depends how you want people to read your report, right? How are we telling our story? And maybe you're telling your story like this way. Like by artist, who were the most popular artists in 2023? It was Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Bad Bunny. Okay, so for The Weeknd, what were The Weeknd's top songs? Blinding Lights, The Hills, Die for You, Save Your Tears, Call Out My Name. When were those released, right? So we could click 2022. We can see that. And I might even like to put this over here and this over here, right? So just like, how do we want to tell our story? Like, where's the person's eye going to go to? Oh, this is being a pain for whatever reason. Perfect. Right? So Taylor Swift, we could see Taylor Swift songs were released 2010 to 2024. Well, let's go back to The Weeknd. So 2015 to 2022. Okay, in 2016, okay, Die for You and Reminder, Die for You and Reminder, 9%, 16% danceability. And then we want to, one last thing, go back here and add in data labels so we know. Die for You, 1.65 billion views. Uh, let's go to like Bad Bunny, 2022. Titi Mi Pregunti, 1.2 million views. Harry Styles, 2019, 2022. Let's go with 2019. Watermelon Sugar, 2.3 billion. And that song has a 12% acoustics, but 82% energy. So look, we just built out a super simple dashboard. We went through every single step. The only other step would be to post this thing. I'm not signed in, but what you would do, you could post this and other people can see it if they're also, you have to have some memberships, I believe, but you publish it online to a workspace and other people can view it. So we just built a super simple dashboard. You could repeat this process for any dashboard. Hope you enjoyed. Comment below, like this video. Let me know what you want to see on the next video. This was really fun. I should do it again. So thanks for viewing. If you stayed in this long, that's awesome, and I hope you learned something. All right, have a good day. Go practice Power BI. Go practice data analytics. Go have fun with data analytics. That's what it should be all about. This was super fun.